Hello, this is Charles Laird again with Four Houses Realty, sitting here with David Keblaitis with Home Funding Group. And David, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, like Charles said, I'm David Keblaitis. I own Home Funding Group. We're licensed in Michigan. I've been doing business for 16 years in the state. So I know the ins and outs of mortgages, especially in the state of Michigan, working with buyers. Is something we do quite a bit.
So David, some of the questions that I normally get are around mortgages is, what's the difference between FHA and conventional mortgages?
Yep, get that one a lot. It really depends on if you have a special need, like if you have a foreclosure or a bankruptcy. A conventional loan will make you wait longer before you can get a mortgage. FHA is more lenient, so you can wait a shorter time period and get a mortgage. Other differences that are important are if you have bruised credit, not necessarily foreclosure or bankruptcy. Let's say you went through a divorce, or you just had a rough spat and you had some late payments. Your credit score might be down, not where you want it to be. FHA is more lenient on that financing. You can go down in credit score, maybe to a 580.
Oh wow. Okay.
Anything below 620, you want to go, FHA for sure. But even if you're in the 620 to 660 range, on a conventional loan, you're going to get banged up pretty good on the rate. On an FHA, you're going to, they're much more lenient on the hits you're going to take. And then another important difference is if you're putting 20% down on a conventional mortgage, you're not obligated to pay monthly mortgage insurance. On an FHA loan, even if you put 20% down, you're going to have to pay monthly mortgage insurance for a good amount of time.
That's a good point. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you've got the down payment and the credit, you definitely want to go conventional.
Gotcha. Now, what kind of down payment are we looking at with conventional and FHA?
FHA, another reason, well, people used to use FHA because it was one of the only low down payment options at 3.5%. Conventional, but however, right now conventional, you can get a conventional loan with 3% down. And there are some programs that will refund some of your down payment and allow you to even go higher than that.
Okay.
But generally, 3% down conventional is about as low as you can go.
And how long is it taking you right now to close these deals?
We can close loans in 2 to 3 weeks if we need to. It's not always necessary, but sometimes if you're trying to negotiate, that can be something that you can use on the buyer side, you have on your side. So I can close quickly.
Right. So you don't always have to have 20% down to get a loan.
You don't have to have perfect credit. You don't need 20% down. You can have, bankruptcies, foreclosures. You can have a lot of stuff. You just want to sit down with an educated, mortgage professional, so you can go over what your personal situation is and find the best mortgage. Number one, can you get a mortgage, and then find the best one, because there are options.
Gotcha. Tell me about renovation loans. What are those looking like these days?
So yeah, for Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and FHA, you have options to, let's say you find a house that you like, in the area you like, school system you like, but it's got some work to do and you don't have the cash to do it. You can get a loan that's going to allow you to finance those, cosmetic or, minor construction items to get the house where you want it to be. And it's appraised at the to-be value after you make those improvements. So you can actually get money from a lender to not only purchase the house, but another $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 to make improvements on it if they're necessary.
Gotcha. And now, what about those scenarios where you got a buyer who needs a co-borrower? Tell me a little bit about that.
So once in a while, especially with younger people, they just starting out in the workforce. They're not making that big salary yet. They find a nice house, and their debt to income ratios aren't exactly where they need to be. So a lot of times their parents are willing to help, can help, but they have their own home. So in the past, that would make this a non-occupied property, and you're getting a worse rate because it's not a primary residence.
Right.
However, those rules have changed. You can, with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, have your parents co-sign for you, even if they have their own house, and you can treat this and finance it with the best possible terms as a primary residence. So
Awesome.
You have non-occupied co-borrowers that are allowed, and you can still finance it with primary residence.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah. So, in wrapping up, David, is there anything else I've missed? What are some of the common questions or issues that you get as a mortgage broker?
A lot of people, they talk about, what can they qualify for, and what we do as mortgage brokers. What I like to do is I like to have a very personal relationship with the buyer.
Mm-hmm.
So they come in, we gather the documentation, I'll get you pre-approved. But now that you know what you can be approved for, that doesn't mean you want to buy a $400,000 house. You might say, my budget, Dave, is this.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do is I'll be your point of contact the whole way. I don't pass you off to a team. And while you're looking with Charles, you might want to just text me and say, hey, saw a house we like, it's $250,000. Here are the annual property taxes, what would my payment be? And then I can just, do the quick numbers, shoot you a text back and tell you what the approximate closing costs would be and your payment, which is helpful in the buying process to have that information quick.
Cool.
And at the ready.
Yeah. So, with that said, David, why don't you tell us how can our people out there get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of me is just to call me. I have my cell phone all the time. That number is 734-891-4348. You can go to my website, which is www.homebuyermichigan.com, and you can apply online. You can find out a little bit more about me. My email address is there. Shoot me an email too.
Cool. And we like our people local, so the cool thing about working with someone local is that you're not just working with someone over the phone that you haven't seen before. David will actually meet with you, and you can sit down with him face to face over coffee and or whatever you prefer, and go over your details of your loan. And I like that personally. So we're providing this service. You don't have to use Four Houses Realty as your real estate company, but we would like that. But this is again something that we want to bring to you as a service. So use David. And if you have any questions for me, my number is area code 248-431-0544. And for David Keblaitis, this is Charles Lair with Four Houses Realty. Thank you.